Wasn't there a big release recently, like a anthology release for that?
I don't know. Is there an anthology release for all the Tartakovsky Clone Wars comic books, Dylan?
No,
No,
it was just a 2.
Dylan, do you have someone in your apartment right now?
No.
no. They
What?
left when you were making all those comments about him.
No, I ran out of water midstream, so I got up
So
to
this
get
is
more.
so if no one's watching this, it's too late. But
Yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go
No, go
ahead.
ahead. The
I was
reason
gonna
I'm
make.
dressed up is because this is how I always look like at
Uh
midnight. I always make sure I dress up because you never know when Teresa's going to get in the chair. Oh,
huh.
well, hello there. I got dressed up for you, T. I
Yeah,
hope
but you
you
don't wear
enjoyed it.
your
I did not
sunglasses at
get
night,
dressed up
Matt.
for Bernardo, that clown. Actually, he's going to be my best friend because he said he is up any time of the day, and he thinks I'm kidding. But yeah, when those babies are up at 3 in the morning and I'm not going back to bed, you never know. I'm just saying,
Thing,
Bernardo, you never know.
things you should never say.
Things you should never ever say. Yeah, so I'm dressed up. We finished the stream. I won't say what it is now. I will say it's premiering. He said he'll be up. I will say this: it is premiering February 27th. We're doing it now because after in 2 weeks, I will be probably gone. I don't even know like my March Q&A. That's probably not happening. And if it is, I just don't think it is. But sadly, I won't be a part of something that I really like that comes up every March. And I realized that like early this year, I was like, no, because it is my favorite thing to do. So that's why we have the get up in garb. Actually, I had the jacket on because I was hoping Teresa would see it and say, now there is one sharp dressed man.
I
Perhaps
was
I need
wearing
to
a.
invite him on on my Tolkien reviews. She's going through all the books. Don't invite me. You do it on a Saturday when it's probably one of the busiest days for me. But I do get to catch up. I got listening a little bit this afternoon when I thought both of my girls were in bed. I had to stop when I found out one of my girls was not in bed and was sneaking out. But then I listened to it later on tonight as I was working through it, and I just love to hear anyone talking about Tolkien as long as it's the books, not the new series. I thought about doing another stream on that completely. I always knew when Amazon got it, it was going to be crap. So it's and I was somewhat interested because like, well, maybe the Tolkien family will rein it in a little bit. But then seeing the atrocity that was Wheel of Time, there I knew there was no hope.
Yeah.
All I could pray for is the set to catch on fire and everyone else so they can just shut it down completely.
Wow. He feels really strongly about this.
I'm just telling you. But you're also looking at someone who hated the original movies that
Yeah.
came out in the mid 2000s. I mean, I'm that much of a purist when it comes. You don't understand. I hold those on a big high pedestal. It's on par with expanded universe, if not greater.
I was gonna say this doesn't surprise me knowing what I know about you in Star Wars. So.
Yeah. It's on a pedestal, obviously. So, I mean, we were just rip roaring ready to talk, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk with a few other people who don't have anything better to do on a Saturday night. The funny thing is, this is what I like to hear. Let's highlight that comment for a minute. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Looking good, looking good. I'm all dressed up and literally have nowhere to go. Um, but no, what I was going to say was, what was it? I can't remember what I was going to say. No, tomorrow, guess what? So we were talking, all three of us, I just realized this. We were talking about, no, I hate Peter Jackson as a director. The only thing he ever did well was Dead Alive. And if he would have stopped after that film, he'd have been perfect in my opinion. Okay, well, fine, Dylan, screw you.
Yeah,
Didn't
he's
like
out.
Dylan anyway.
Dylan is
Didn't
out.
out like that. Um,
See, I told you scared away his date for the night.
I know. That's why he got off real quick. He had a woman coming in. She's like, Dylan, I'm only wearing a towel. Please kill your camera. He's like, okay.
Guy gets a job and he's a lady killer, just like
I'm
that.
telling He thinks he can get anything. Yeah.
I'm working on stuff, okay?
Yeah. No, good choice, Teresa. She says she's not going to talk about the new show. It'll be an atrocity. No, but we were talking about yesterday. We were talking. I mean, we were talking together. No, it was 2 nights. I can't remember. Whenever you said, "Hey, so I can do Saturday night." I said, "Well, I could probably do late Saturday night." And then you said, "I could do Sunday too." I said, "Oh man, Sunday I'm open all day, even in the evening and everything." We're like, "Yeah." So all three of us were talking about we were wide open for the evening. What is happening tomorrow night? I just found this out
Oh
today.
yeah. Yeah.
I have no. I not only did I not know the Super Bowl was tomorrow,
Yep.
but I just found out today that the Super Bowl is tomorrow. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, I think they told me, can I have nothing planned? I'm not doing anything. I'm definitely not watching it. But I was like, that's funny that I didn't even realize the Super Bowl was tomorrow. I didn't even, none of it. I don't know. I mean, maybe
Hey, I'm
we all
better off
watch
than
it.
I am most year. I know who's in the Super Bowl this year at least. But I
See,
haven't
I don't even know that. And someone, not,
yeah, I haven't cared about football, especially professional football, for years. So I kind of stopped paying attention. But this year I know because I have a coworker who unfortunately lost a bet when his team didn't make the Super Bowl. He's a Niners fan, and he had money. He had $10 bet down for the Niners and the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl, and the Bengals made it, but the Niners lost to the Rams. So he lost out on basically a $10,000 bet when his team
okay.
let
And the
him down.
Rams are St. Louis now. They're no longer Los Angeles, correct?
No, they're back to LA.
Yeah, back to LA.
Us-
They came back to LA like
all
5
right.
years ago now.
Well, okay. So is the Raiders, are they back in LA? They went to
No,
Oakland.
they're in Vegas now.
Vegas now, yeah.
Shut up. Are they really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they got-
they're legitimately in Vegas.
Vegas is-
How long have those two teams been in those cities? Obviously,
Not that
NFL
long.
is not my.
I think 2 years. Oh, but you know who's back in LA? The Chargers are back in LA.
I didn't even know they left.
They were in LA for their inaugural
No.
season, and then no one cared about them, so they moved down to San Diego.
That's right. Okay. They were in San Diego. See, I didn't even know they were in San Diego. Okay. So I did not realize any of that. So obviously, and here's the thing. I can name every NHL team. And I can talk baseball till there's no tomorrow. So I am a sports guy, but it is kind of crazy how even college football, this marks the first year I didn't even do casual watching or go see the annual Iron Bowl with my family, which we always do. I just didn't. And there's a reason for that though. Also, I was moving. I was
That's a
getting
good
stuff
reason.
unpacked
Yeah, that's a good
during
reason.
that time. So, but at the same time, I never didn't see the championship, didn't see anything. Not a single college football game, and college football was the only thing I was holding on to. But the year before that, it kind of fell apart, and the year before that, I was 2021. I was losing. I maybe casually saw something on TV, but not much. 2020, I was in and out. So I started slipping a few years ago, maybe 2019. And now I'm completely out of football completely. I mean, just doesn't interest me.
Yeah. No, I've gotten out of sports for the most part, but we used to watch a lot of football and college basketball in my house. But being that we're in Arizona, University of Arizona being all alumni in my family, yeah, we pay a lot of attention to college basketball, college sports in general, but basketball's the big one.
Yeah. Well, I was vacuuming Dylan's empty room at my house here tonight, and I was thinking, you know what? I'd definitely watch a lot more baseball if Dylan were here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't doubt that.
we're talking about splitting extra innings, maybe,
Yeah.
Or no, never mind. He's an engineer. He can foot the bill for that.
Well, I thought you were just
I
gonna
do
have him
vibrations
babysitting while you
testing.
watch the baseball games.
Okay, here's the other one, Michael. No, and I got out of the Olympics over a decade. I used to be the
Yeah.
biggest Olympics guy ever. That's all we used to watch for some reason, we were always at my grandmother's for the Winter Olympics or something. We were always somewhere and we would watch the Olympics Not if it was summertime and we were at the beach, you'd watch the Olympics. We did everything to just watch the Olympics and loved it. And I used to keep track of every event and stuff, and get the gold medals and stuff. And we used to pretend to be in the Olympic, playing the Olympics as kids. I do not care about any of it, and it's been years, over a decade, and there's and by the way, Teresa, I don't like soccer at all. I could not name. Well, hold on, the Galaxy, because Beckham was on it in L.A. So there you go.
Hey,
That's
I'm a
the only
Galaxy
team I
fan.
know. Say what?
I'm a Galaxy fan.
Of course you are, Dylan. Dylan knows. Hey, I will say this: Dylan knows all sports, though. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I watched. I'll even watch professional darts, which is a lot more entertaining than you think it is.
Dylan, you also watch freaking Parliament for British Parliament, so I'm not gonna
Not
I'm
anymore.
not gonna
It
really
hasn't
judge
been-
any.
It hasn't been interesting in like the last 3 years.
That Michael says curling is his jam right now is just that's endearing to me. I
The problem-
appreciate it. I do know what curling is.
The
And I used to
problem
make
is
fun of it. Michael, I was like, why? Because I know what the sport was. Like, this is so boring. And then I got into it when I was a younger.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't even get into anything like water polo. You're like, oh my gosh. And now that you have streaming, they just record everything on the NBC app, and then you look at any event, anything, because everything's filmed. They just edit and slice what they think people would want to watch. It's crazy. It's on 24 hours a day.
I mean, poker is like that, but that's because a poker match is like really long and like really boring because 90% of the hands everyone folds except for whoever's the blinds. So they just cut up all the interesting hands where things happen. They present it that way.
Dylan, help me out with this. Help me out with this question: is the Premier League like the National League and American League? Is that like a certain league?
No, Premier League is the highest league in English soccer.
Yep. The only reason why I know that is because I watched a lot of Ted Lasso with my family over the last few holidays.
Michael's watching curling right now. No wonder I only have 12 viewers.
You're
sure
up against curling. We're up against curling.
Now you got Dylan's going to leave the stream. Dylan's going to leave the stream now and go watch curling. But it's funny because here you go. I've never watched a Super Bowl. And here's the thing. I've attended several Super Bowl parties, but I only go, hit the bar, hit the food, and go. And that's what I used to before I was married. I would hit 4 different parties, one for each quarter, and get the food, and then go. They say, "Oh, hey, you just came." I said, "Yeah." Hey, come in here. I said, "I will in a minute." And I sit out at the little buffet, get what I wanted, and go, because I had to go. And when I told Megan that, I said, "I do this every year." She went, "Okay, can we not go to 4?" I went, "Can we go to 2?" And she went, "Okay." So we were doing 2 for like a few years, except the year that the Saints went. She wanted to watch the whole game, so I just sat there kind of bored by the buffet. And someone goes, "Oh, hey, do you want me to bring it?" Because he thought I didn't go in there because there was only standing room only in the big living room. He's like, "Hey, hold on," and he brought a TV in there. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then people started coming in there to watch it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I just went into another room. I was like, I don't want to.
That's not quite party crashing, but it's pretty darn close. Were you invited or not?
I was invited to all of these, but then they got. I mean, slowly people got the hint that I was not into the Super Bowl, and I was coming to just eat their food. And so actually, no. Here's the deal: social media is how you send invites out to parties now. And since I don't have Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram or whatever else, is the reason why I miss out on tons of invitations. It used to be done through cell phone way back in the day. You're looking at over a decade ago, it used to be cell phone invitations. And then about 10 years ago, it switched over to Facebook invitations or, social media invitations. And I don't have that. Like my wife knows the schedule of what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't have a clue.
So what's the craziest thing that you saw at any of these Super Bowl parties that you were invited to?
I saw what I see. Oh, when the Saints won, everyone acted like a moron.
Yeah, that's
I
consistent.
mean,
I mean, they're the hometown team basically.
going out in the streets, who dat? I don't think anyone want to hear who dat at 9:30, 10 at night. But just going nuts and going around the room and old lady pumping her. And I said, I never knew this lady even liked football, much less the Saints. And she was just a fair weather fan because she doesn't care, but she was just tied up in it. So I just saw a bunch of, I saw the meaning of bandwagon fans.
Yep.
Of bandwagon fans. I can't remember the best thing. No, I do know. Someone could really barbecue, and he made a great brisket. And it hurt my heart to leave because because he saw me getting out in the car. He's like, "Hey, where are you going?" I say, "Oh, I promise." And I'd always say, "I promise, buddy of mine, I just stop by. I'm gonna stop by real quick and come back." And, okay, well, come back because I can't remember what it was, like turkey legs. I was like, "Oh, seriously." He was doing it over, he was cooking it, in between and watching the game outside. I was like, no. And I was like, man, I may come back. But the rule was you never come back. So I missed out on the turkey legs. It was something, maybe turkey legs or ham. It was something that I was really excited about. I was like, doggone it. Maybe, I know it wasn't the brisket because I had the brisket. I tried to, and that's the thing. You have to eat sparingly.
Yep.
You have to eat sparingly because you got to retain it. Because by the time you get to the fourth party, you're full. You're going for dessert at that point, and there may be something good. And if there's nothing, I got picky after a while. It was a cold cuts and pre-bought stuff. I may munch on a little bit stuff. I'm just counting down to that quarter to end so I can make it to the next one. And I'm not going very far because I paced out where I was going, how much time it took me to get things. So over a commercial break, I could
plan the whole thing.
Well, in the Super Bowl, once the quarter ends, they have big breaks, So I could roughly make it to the next one and everything. And the game was already started and stuff. And then I go and just see what was at the table. I say, yeah. I say, hey, come on in, dude, sit here. I say, I am. I'm just going to go get something. Where? I say, yeah, I'm starving, man. They say, oh, it's over there. I say, okay, I'll be right back. Never came back. And then if anyone was outside like smoking or something during the break, hey, where are you going? I said, I promised my friend. I just stopped by real quick, but I'm going to come back. Okay, dude, come on back. We'll be back. No. You know what? It may not be social media. It may just be me. They're like, that dude never came back. I think he comes here for the food. Yeah.
Okay, I need to address a conversation that's happened between Ethan and Michael. Okay, I've heard every single year for as long as I can remember that the Super Bowl commercials are great. They've never been great. I cannot remember a single year where I watched the Super Bowl and it was like, those are some pretty good commercials. No. They're always bad. The only reason you think that the Super Bowl commercials are good is because commercials get repetitive and they're boring, right? But the Super Bowl is when they'll premiere all of their commercials. So you think they're good because you've never seen the commercial before, but it's not good. It's just boring.
Plus it's all the big celebrities. And you're more excited to see the big celebrity doing that commercial than anything else, or the throwback 80s reference or 90s thing or whatever. That guy who was popular a long time ago comes back and gets in his character for the show. And I'll be honest, I love that kind of stuff too. But just like Michael said, you can see it all online. In fact, it says see the full commercial online at some. Yeah, because they filmed tons of it because they wanted to get their money's worth. It was a 2-minute. Remember that 2-minute Die Hard battery commercial, 2.5 minute with Bruce Willis. It was basically a Die Hard mini movie where he's trying to get a Die Hard battery for his car. It's great. They brought back and killed I can't remember his name, the black guy from the first movie. And Argon was in it. With the limo driver was in it too. They brought all those actors back. If you don't know, Die Hard Bruce Willis battery commercial. Boom.
I have to look it up later.
It's
Although I do have to ask a question. If we're going under the assumption that the commercials really aren't that good just because you're seeing them for the first time, would that also be saying something about the quality of the content that's happening between the commercials?
Depends.
Well, the thing is, and I'm so sorry, I just don't know. I don't think Cincinnati is that something that are people excited about these two teams being in?
In Cincinnati, yeah. Cincinnati's kind of got.
Well, I mean, obviously Cincinnati is, but Cincinnati is a baseball town. So what my question is the nation excited to see Cincinnati and the Rams?
My sister's always been a Bengals fan, so I at least know one person
the Bengals
outside of Cincinnati.
The Bengals are the underdog, and a lot of the big big so quote unquote football experts are picking the Bengals.
Who do you pick, sports guy?
It's the Super Bowl, so it's going to be an ugly defensive game.
All right. Hey, 100%. They're going on Disney Plus. Come on, get out of here. I mean, they showed Daredevil, they showed Kingpin. They definitely want those shows. Netflix is crying in their milk because they know they're losing viewers left and right. And they really have, I mean, well, I say they have nothing. They delayed Stranger Things so long. Who is going to care? I mean, I'll watch it when it comes out, but it's been years now. It feels
And
like.
they had The Witcher, which I wasn't a big fan of the second season.
Yeah,
And they've been releasing Cobra Kai, which I have been liking.
well, they just got Cobra Kai, but the thing is, though, they filmed the next season. It's ready to go. Well, I mean, ready to go. They're editing it now, so as early as this fall. But they haven't set a release date. If they want to drag their feet in Cobra Kai because they release it December 31st or whatever, and they want to make it December 31st again, how about you need a winner? So let's go ahead and put that in. But do they have anything else that's worth seeing? I mean, seriously, I don't know. I don't. Besides Cobra Kai, I don't care about Netflix.
Well, a friend of mine did put me on a show called The Dragon Prince, I believe it was called, but they haven't released anything for that for over a couple of years too. And they're supposed to have like
Everything.
5 seasons of that.
If you delay, then people eventually just don't care anymore.
Right.
Dylan, do you watch Netflix?
Nope.
Okay.
That was a quick answer.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have any streaming service.
Okay, that was nice, Brian. Brian. Whoa,
This is why I can't be on with
whoa.
Dylan. I always have to carry these conversations.
Stop. Look at this guy. This guy is a good guy. If anyone doesn't know, this guy is a good guy and not going to dox anyone, but he's in your town, Brian.
Uh-huh.
He's from your
Got money
town.
in the Rams.
So Matthew, this is how me and Matthew dress every day, all day. This is my PJs, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went casual. I had to drop the tie. I still have the tie though. It looks good.
Oh yeah, looking good. Oh, that does look good. Was that the tie you wore tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, it's too far back. I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I know. I see it now. I just saying when it was you were wearing it, I just didn't know. But yeah. So the point you made. What were you saying? Before
I was saying that I have to carry the conversation because Dylan's not participating.
No, it's just for Netflix streaming. No, if you wait too long for something, eventually it's going to be a who cares moment, And all this, I mean, I know COVID, the delays and stuff like that, but man, you got to strike while the iron's hot because after a while, people are just like Stranger Things. When's the fourth one coming out? I don't care. But yeah. Oh yeah. Cobra Kai is the best thing they got. The only thing they got. Yep. And I will be honest, I have not seen the rest of the stuff, but who do you think will cameo in Doctor Strange 2? That's a great question. I don't know. Me in the movie theater? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch a movie after this. This is kind of weird. I just thought about this. Next week will be the last time I can go see a movie for like a whole year at least.
Long time, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. What should be my last movie? Is Jackass out? I think it is.
I suspect I know what you're doing tomorrow.
They're still doing Jackass?
Oh, you can go to the movie theater. There's no one there. Holy cow, we dropped the kids off and let them eat at a buffet at someone's Super Bowl party. It's automatic babysitting. They just like eating food. No one cares. They're running around doing whatever.
Just got to make sure you drop them at the right house, otherwise the language will fly.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Got you covered.
Oh, rumor has it. Well, you know what? Rumor has it they saw the last Spider-Man movie and they went, oh no, we got to go back and up our game. That doesn't surprise me at all. That Sony, when Sony is now leading the MCU. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Brian, did you watch any of the MCU shows?
Not the shows, no.
Okay, the TV shows you weren't a big fan. Okay,
no.
Out of the Netflix TV shows, probably my favorite was Punisher. No, not Punisher. Excuse me, Daredevil. Iron Fist was number 2, which everyone ranks that last. But Iron Fist was number 2. Punisher number 3. What we have left? Oh, we only have 2 left. Luke Cage, number 4. I love the actor. Ooh, the writers had nothing for him though. And then the one that I couldn't even finish, Jessica Jones. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I
Couldn't do
didn't
it.
even realize there were that many on Netflix.
Yeah, that was their big 5 show. Now they did one called The Defenders where they brought them all, they tied them all together, and that's probably, well, no, I finished The Defenders, so it's above Jessica Jones. It's terrible. For like 5 of the 6 episodes, nothing happens. It's like they just didn't have an idea of how to write these characters, and so Luke Cage was even better because at least Luke Cage was entertaining at times, where Defenders was boring for most of the time. So there's my ranking of the Netflix ones. Hold on. Oh, they got Blade Runner too. What's Blade Runner about? I didn't.
That's interesting. I didn't know that either.
Is Rings of Power what they're saying the Lord of the Rings are?
That was my guess.
I don't. I keep up very little about this. I get my little news from the Ryan Rage machine. That's where I get my news from.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're doing better than I am. I just don't get the news at all.
I don't get the news at all. I know. It's kind of crazy though. But yeah, I watched, let me see. I have the new TV shows that are on Disney Plus, Brian. My favorite is Loki.
Okay. I've heard good things. I don't have Disney Plus personally, but I've heard good things.
Fine. Loki, followed closely by WandaVision, followed by, how many have there been? Oh, Hawkeye is a respectable third. And then almost Dragon Dirt, but not yet, barely above water, is Falcon Winter Soldier. Like it had some, it went like 6 episodes and probably should have gone 2 because they just didn't know what to do. And one episode in particular, episode 5, I remember, was a complete waste of time. I was like, oh my gosh, how bad is this? It wasn't all bad. U.S. Agent is in it. He was really good. That storyline was good. And yeah, Baron Zemo comes back from the second movie. That actor came back, and Baron Zemo was good. He was in the Age of Ultron storyline.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so he came back, and that was interesting. And that was it. Falcon and Winter Soldier were not and I was excited to see, okay, how do you make, because they took Wanda and Scarlet, Wanda, the Scarlet Witch and Vision, 2 characters I don't care about, and they made them interesting and fun. I was like, okay, onward to Winter Soldier and Falcon. I said, these are 2 characters I don't care about as well. Let me see.
It looks like you got somebody disagreeing with you on the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that hack. I'm telling you. I'm going to call him right now and tell him he's a hack.
He's probably asleep.
No, he's not. No.
It's like 1 in the morning for him.
He's out. Oh, he's in Florida now. That's right.
Yes, he's already all the way over in Florida now.
If it's Ryan, he's...
I was going to say, it is a Saturday night. He's probably still up.
He's probably still up. But the last time I talked to him was 2 hours ago. So he was up 2 hours ago. I know that. I never watched What If because it was a cartoon, didn't care. What if Matt doesn't watch it? That was my favorite episode. The answer was he just doesn't. No. Are you trolling me? No, you can't be. Like I said, the U.S. Agent arc was good. Baron Zemo in it was a flash of brilliance. 5 was a waste of time. And 6, they just drug out to the action scene at the end. It played like a CW season, where they save all their money to the very end and try to throw this big old battle to make you forget how crappy the entire season was. You've got to be trolling me. It wasn't like in the dirt. I said it's above water because I do like certain elements of it, but a lot of it was just like, will Falcon and his family get a loan for their fishing boat? What?
Are you serious?
I don't think they grew. I don't think they grew, Michael. I don't want to argue about it. I'm glad you liked it, but we see that in different ways. I mean, Baron Zemo was like someone breathed fresh air into that thing, and then when he left, they deflated the balloon. All the air went out of the balloon again. I don't know. I was expecting great things. I didn't see it. I did like there was a good joke at the end of that series that Falcon Did you say something? I missed your speech at the end. That was pretty funny. But here we go. What's this? It's Rings of Power. Well, oh, you know why? Because Lord, you can't have a gender in there. So you got to call it something else.
Oh,
It's
is
got
that
to
what
be
this was all
gender
about?
neutral. Rings of Power is a gender neutral name. I guarantee you that's what it's
I saw
about.
somebody ranting about this. I didn't even bother watching it because I just figured it was like everything else in the world now.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Well, that's wild. My wife hated it completely, Michael. I mean, I liked it a little better than her, but if that would have been the first Disney Plus show they put on, I'd have been out. I'd have been
Did you
out.
guys watch it together?
Yeah, we watched. She wanted to watch WandaVision. I did not want to, and we ended up loving it. And then after that, she's kind of been. No, it was Falcon Winter Soldier. She's like out. She was out. Like she sat down and watched a little bit of Loki. I thought Loki was brilliant. She sat down and watched a little bit of Hawkeye. Enjoyed it, but it seems like she's checked out. I'm ready to watch Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight. So, you know, wait, what is Book of Boba Fett? What is that?
That's
I'm totally kidding.
one of the new shows that comes
Hey,
out.
so yeah, so it's not coming out. It's coming out, I think, in March, end of March. We haven't recorded it yet. We're going to record it next week, and then because I'm trying to get ahead on the podcast, I have Benjamin from Saturday Morning Salmon Flange, who absolutely friggin' loves Book of Boba Fett. I mean, just like begged me on bended knee to watch it with him. He'll watch the whole thing again. He said, best thing he's ever seen.
That's what my coworker's trying to get me to do too.
Yeah, Wes, who's kind of subbing in for Bruce right now on Prince of the Universe, told me in the same week, I had him back-to-back nights over because I record podcasts on different nights. He goes, have you seen Book of Boba Fett? I said, no. He's like, don't. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I was like, shut up. I said, I gotta. So we're gonna merge the podcast this next week and do. He's gonna come over to Wes is coming over to Saturday Morning Salmon Flange. Benjamin's coming over for Prince of the Universe, and we're gonna open up the Book of Boba Fett. So
well, I still stand by the same thing I've been saying for almost 8 years now. If they continue Legends, I'll give their stuff a shot. Until then, I just don't care.
Yeah. Let's see. Ladies, hey, I subscribe to you, by the way. I subscribed, by the way. I think you were with Lethal Lightning today. Is that right? Was that you? I can't even get Lethal on my show. But I was watching. I was cleaning up and watching. Anyway, she said Discovery of Witches is great. Has anyone seen that one? I know what you're talking about because I saw an ad, but I don't watch it.
What's it on?
I was assuming Netflix, but I do not know. That's a great question. Lady Toriel, where is it? I will say this though, I rarely watch anything. I'm almost like Dylan in a way. I'm usually reading a book or doing something fun, board games a lot of times. Dylan, please move here. We could be playing board games right now.
Could be. You could actually be live streaming you playing a board game.
I like how Dylan goes to a special place when I start asking him to move.
Yeah, but he's not moving. He's not moving to your house.
It's almost like it's the bear tactic. If I just don't say anything and play dead, he'll just move on to a different topic. Seriously, the room is empty. I almost got a plaque that said Dylan's room on it.
For now.
No, it'll be empty for at least 3 years. Two or 3 years before they move upstairs.
I've seen the photos of the house. It's a very nice room, Dylan.
It is. It's the quietest room. Yeah, if that
I can say about my room.
The other 2 rooms up here, the girls are in the loudest room because it's facing the highway.
Yeah,
and
I had concerns about that when you were that close to the highway.
And I can, every once in a while, if a big truck comes through, I can hear it in this room. I can hear it loud. Other than that, I don't hear the traffic. In their room, you can hear because they're facing it. They're facing, and it's a window. It's a huge. They put the biggest window in the back. What were they thinking? I want to get one of those inserts to kind of just stop
that. Or is it like a double pane, or you need a triple pane? It maybe.
I don't know because you can hear everything. It would drive me nuts. I couldn't sleep in there. But
No.
some kids and my sister told me this. She said, "No, Matt, this is the room I'd want to sit in because I need noise." My sister likes to go to bed with the TV on or radio on, or headphones. She goes to headphones. She likes to have noise, and she said, "Oh, I'd love this." I said, "You'd love cars going by?" She said, "Oh no, that's any kind of noise," and
It's
they sleep.
probably it's probably better than what I listened to when I was in my dorm rooms. So I was right next to the hospital for my dorm, so I was hearing ambulances like every 2 minutes. But yeah, no, I don't think I could do that anymore at all.
Mm, thought that was going to get risque for a minute.
Lady T said it was on
Oh,
Amazon.
Amazon. Sorry, sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
okay. I actually do have Amazon Prime, so see if I can check that out.
Yes, yes, that I subscribed. That was you, right? Teresa told me that was you. Yeah, like you kept Lethal Lightning. You caught Lethal Lightning in a bottle, put him on your stream. The man ignores the last two times. I'll be fair. I haven't asked him to come anytime recently, but I love Lethal and
I was
would
gonna
love to
say
have
you
him
always
on.
seem to have a good time when Lethal's around.
I always have a good time, but he hadn't been on in ages now. That moved to Illinois? No, you have snow there. It's colder there. But I wouldn't a heartbeat. It's like Michael's almost like another piece of me. He loves baseball and board games and Star Wars. I mean, come on.
And he's a fun person. Got to meet
Yes.
Michael in person. I can't remember, Michael. Was it both celebrations or just the one? Now
Oh wow.
I'm fuzzing out on that. That's probably the best thing about the celebrations we've been. Okay, one of the best things about the celebrations we've been to is all the people we got to
Mhm.
meet in person,
Yeah.
and
That's
it's a good time. Both times. I'm kind of sad we're not going this year, but we just did not
mm.
have enough notice. So
They do you want to mention that they actually reached out to us and said,
that that was so hilarious. Okay, so two things happened. On the Friday that we announced, a week later, they finally got reached out to everybody saying, "Hey, we're opening up the fan table stuff now." I'm like, "Okay, is it because we tagged you on Facebook saying we can't go because you waited too long?"
Yeah.
Or and then what was it? About 2 weeks after that, they sent us an email saying, we're interested in having you. You're pre-approved to come to the show. I'm like, it's too late. We can't. So
Yeah.
I don't know and I'm not sure it's Lucasfilm. It's actually a company called Reed Pop that runs the convention on behalf of Lucasfilm, and
Mm.
they, from everything I've seen in the communications, because I'm on a mailing list with all the other fan table representatives, everything they tell me, these conventions are just never organized very well by them.
Mhm.
Was it just
Okay.
Chicago? Okay,
This is Chicago,
okay,
Illinois. Um, but yeah, so the best room up here is the one over the side, which is where I had the girls originally because it's very quiet over there. And last minute, the missus switched it out and put them in the loudest room. And it's got a huge window. Mine has a huge, I mean, I have a huge window here, but the other window is like almost twice the size. Like, oh my gosh, an insert would cost $6,000 to put in to kind of,
right
because
now particularly expensive.
well, yeah, well, the way they do it, but I'd love to get an insert put, and I don't even know if I could bring it up here because it's so big, it's so wide. That window's so big, can it fit up the staircase and turn? I'm sure it could, but the thing is, though, man, all that, I don't. I mean, something my buddy told me, my brother-in-law told me, noise canceling curtains, the
Yeah,
super thick
yeah,
curtains,
it's an
which
option.
which could work, and I mean that may be what I'll do when they get older if they want it. Um,
But you have a lot of trees back there too. I was hoping they would provide better protection against that, but that doesn't sound
Only
like
in
they do.
that room, I can hear every car go by. It's not like loud, but I can hear it.
Hmm.
Where here, I can hear every big diesel truck or a loud motorcycle. You can hear that in this room. And then the other room is the farthest one away from the, not facing the highway. And it's got another roof kind of covering it over. So, the sound is hard to get in there. And that one's quiet. And downstairs is quiet too, because one room's facing the street side and there's an enclosed patio where our room
Right,
is.
right, right.
So that enclosed patio adds for extra sound blockage. And again, only if it's like a loud, motorcycle or 18 wheel. And I'll be honest, I don't hear it. I do not hear traffic. Oh, and by the way, it's dead quiet Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's
Nice.
Eve. It's dead quiet because no one's traveling then. So But
Nice.
anyway, so yeah, Dylan's room, he's guaranteed for a few years. And you know what? I'm open to my wife was talking about putting both the girls in this big room, letting them have a bigger room. And well, that just frees up another room then. So Dylan can live downstairs across the hallway from me. If we put all the kids up, I want to put upstairs with the kids if that's what he's holding back on.
Dylan, he keeps offering you a room, and I just want to point out he hasn't offered me once. He really
Mm-mm.
likes you, man.
No, because
There's no
Brian,
jobs in Monroe.
Brian, my wife says I can't invite you over because she wants to move over to where you're at.
I was going to bring that up next. You mentioned that you can't move to Illinois because of the snow, and I know somewhere else it doesn't snow.
I know a lot. Yeah, you're right. No, the missus will be all up in that. So that's where
Yep.
she wants to.
I'll
That
start
is
looking for a house for you right now.
that's her happy place there. Like seriously, it was like I killed Santa when we couldn't go. We were supposed to go up there, as you know,
Yeah.
last February, almost a week
You were driving.
ago to a year. Yeah, driving, and that's when that big winter ice storm hit, and I was
Yep.
still bullheaded. I was like, "Let's do this."
Yep.
I mean,
And
we
then you
may
had
not
car
get very
trouble, wasn't
far,
it?
and we had car trouble on top of it. But plus, gas was gone
Yeah.
throughout the area. We made it what would usually take an hour and a half, took 4 hours.
Yeah, that's
There
not.
was no one with gas. We had to go way off the highway to find gas. I said, you know what? I'm waving the right flag. So a whole day in the car only to get what usually would take about a 3 hour round trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
No,
was
thank
just
you.
it was really awful. It was really awful. I mean, I was miserable. My missus was miserable, and it was just. And it turned out eventually to be just a dead battery, but there were two batteries that were in the car, and no one knew that. Like I had
Of
to pay
course.
for a new alternator, and it didn't need one.
Wow.
So yeah, that
Wow.
that really pissed me off. But so bad
Was
time,
that
and
the
then
was that the Jeep?
it was the
What-
Jeep. Yeah,
It was the Jeep. Okay.
yeah, it had two back. The
I
guy didn't
told
even
you.
know that.
Jeremy, I told you, don't get a Jeep.
I did. It wasn't my decision. I said don't get a Jeep. Anyway,
I
the
only asked that knowing the answer so that he would say something, right?
well now guess what? When we're looking for a new car, no Jeep, no Jeep. We know she knows that now. But what was the other thing when we had Oh no. So instead of if it was my buddy's wedding we were trying to get to, if he would have scheduled that 1 week earlier, we would have beat because that was when the first snow I think was coming in, or snow and ice. So it would have been a light snow by the time we got just out. I mean, it may be a little hairy on that last hour, 30 minutes of the trip, but we would have totally missed the storm. We would have been on
Wow.
that tail end of the
Wow.
storm. If we'd have left at the same time a week prior, we would have beat the storm, and then sunny Arizona for a whole week while the rest of that region is dying in ice. And then by the time we got back, it would have been melted that very same day. It would have started melting. So the roads would have just now been, I mean, it may have been a little hairy once we hit Dallas on, but
Yeah.
it would have
Yeah.
been a lot looser and a lot faster. It just poor timing on everything. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
maybe what, 2-3 years from now.
I'll ship some of them to you. Yes.
By that point, it might be cheaper than taking in the gas.
Well, I tell you what, whenever they're old enough to all go to like a summer camp, a 1 week camp or whatever, and we ship them out, then mom and dad go on their little vacation.
Fly.
That's what we do.
Fly away.
Yeah, exactly. Bye, kids. Have fun at summer camp this week.
And we're out.
Let's go. Dylan, pack your bags. We're going. See Brian.
Why not? I had some visitors here. What was that, last week? Son of Luke was here at my house.
I don't even know,
girlfriend.
Bernardo, if you're watching anymore, but this little two-face guy was supposed to meet me in Dallas this summer for BGG SpringCon, and now he's wimping out because he says he's got other things going on. And now my nephew, he didn't say no, but he told me this weekend, he went, when is that? I went, well, I'll get you this exact day. He said, yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing then. I was like, wait, you still have a ticket. If no one's going, that's going to be disappointing because I really want to do this, but if he can't go, I'm going to have to throw in the towel. And the only reason I'm going on this trip is because I've already paid for it.
What?
I know. I
Mm,
know. I'm
maybe
so
drag
mad.
Dylan into it.
Dylan won't go. Dylan's all right. Dylan's off the
Maybe
hook on
maybe
that.
drag Michael into it. He's in the board games too.
He's in Illinois, maybe if he wants to. I gotta check and see. I'm gonna nail down my nephew tomorrow and ask him point blank. Because he was giving me the wishy washies there for a minute. I mean, hey, Amanda's there.
Amelia.
Amelia. It's what, almost one.
I was
So
gonna say
Amelia,
you were close.
I
You're
was in
close.
the ballpark.
Hey,
I'm tired, but
you hung
Amelia's
together
there.
through
So
our earlier recording, so I was giving you props for that.
yeah, Amelia. Yeah, I was present for that one. But Amelia's there. May stop and see her baby. There's a few people I like to see when I'm there, but I don't know. But now I'm like, oh man, if Bernardo's not going, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do if
Mm,
my nephew doesn't go. Because
mm, mm,
again,
mm.
I went to the Arizona Game Fair
Yeah,
by myself. It was okay, but I really wanted to go with someone. Um, but
yeah. You enjoyed that. You said you were.
And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I found some gamers. And I mean, I went to Gen Con on my own once and found some gamers. But and for BGG SpringCon, I could probably find some gamers too. But I don't know. It was just always fun when you at least have one other person that you can always rely on and play with.
Do you have
Go
any
to
local
Gen Con.
conventions
Yeah,
or?
I'd love to, and I have a buddy. I have another buddy, Michael, up in Indianapolis. He lives there, who said, "Yeah, man. I mean, come on, you can stay with me. We'll go." I'd love to, but that's a definite negative. That's a definite negative. I'd love to, but I'm trying. Like I said, the only reason I'm going on this trip is because I can't get a refund. I don't think they came out with an announcement, so I don't know. I'll have to read it and see if they do give refunds.
Mm,
But I already paid for the trip two
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm interested in going. However, if no one else, I mean, I say no one else, there'll be some people that I know in the YouTube community, the board game community, who go, but I don't know these people. I
Right.
don't even know if they'd remember me. I'm not very that memorable, but um, I don't know. I'm just up in the air. I'm up in the air. So I'm hoping my nephew says he can do it. Because, excuse me, there it is. Um, Signaling the eventual end of this stream here. I haven't. I'm trying to get some last minute games played. That next week is
Yeah.
the last weekend. I told my gaming group that past 2 weeks I haven't been able to play any games. Next week is the big Mardi Gras thing, so it kind of throws. I hate Mardi Gras. We have two parades here now. First one came through tonight. It was raining. No, I'm not gonna. It was like 41 degrees or 37. I was like, no, I'm not gonna go out. Next week is gonna be just as miserable. I don't want to go. So
Hey, Matt, we don't do Mardi Gras over in the Phoenix area. So
check another. That's a good reason. They got me on that one. I'm not gonna argue that. I can't stand. I mean, everyone thinks I am kind of being funny when I get on my video and make fun of the floats, but at the same time, I am 100% miserable, and that's the only thing when I get dragged to those things. It's the only thing that makes me happy. That sounds mean spirited, is making fun of other people. But you got adults
you can
fighting
you
over
can
beads.
but some of those, yeah. I've been to New Orleans enough to know what that's like. Uh, no, but some of those floats though that you've seen, like especially in the Christmas parades, you're like, okay, they're doing this on purpose. This has got to be on purpose.
Oh,
They're making it this way.
I won't even lie. I will
It's not
never
so
miss
much
it.
it's not so much you're laughing at them as you're laughing with them
Oh,
when it comes to some of those.
there's a joke I had to cut out. I'll tell you later. It wasn't that risque, but I debated on it because I thought I was gonna put it in regardless. And Mark, who was there, goes, "You're not gonna put that in the video." So yeah, he's like, "Don't put that." I was like, "Why? It's nothing that we haven't already said or seen." He goes, I mean, he said, "You can." He said, "I just don't know." I was like, "Okay." Well, I said, "I don't care."
Oh dear.
Dylan's going to shake his head when I tell him what it is because Dylan knows. Dylan probably have a better idea than anyone else, but I don't know. See, there you go. Michael saying touche there. No, no Mardi Gras. Yeah, I mean, trust me, everyone goes stupid over this. In fact, they will not throw away their tree and Christmas tree until March 2nd, which is after Fat Tuesday. They have people have Mardi Gras trees. They turn their Christmas tree into a Mardi Gras tree. Walmart sells Mardi Gras Christmas tree ornaments right now. Mardi
And
Gras
so
and St. Patrick's Day is, and then even Easter, because they can't
so
decide.
what at what date is it kosher to start putting up the Mardi Gras decorations on your tree?
December 26th. Actually,
Jeez.
officially, you do it January 5th. The 12th day of Christmas is called 12th night, and that's the first day of Mardi Gras. That's
I see.
that's the big seller. There's a big celebration down in New Orleans. They don't do much here unless you're unless you're drunk and bored. They'll do something, I guess. But I think the colors are ugly. I think the whole theme is ugly. Oh, there is something I may do. Oh, I need to write that down if I'm going to do that. I'm doing there's a comedy event. Well, like a variety show or whatnot of talent of whatever, and then someone does a comedy, and we always go, and it's fun. It's something different. Get away from the yahoos. And he called me out last year and said he wants me to come up there and do a presentation from my humor. And what they don't realize is, like 2 years ago, I said, "Oh man, I know of a perfect stand-up to do,"
Uh-oh.
and now I get to do it.
Can we get Megan to record this for us?
Well, the thing is, and I don't know, it may be streaming on their site now. We haven't asked them yet.
Ah.
They record everything, and I think they have recorded, at least live streamed it in the past. I think we're going to find that out tomorrow because I need to
Let
talk
us
to the
know.
guy.
Let us
Yeah,
know,
so
because that sounds
if
like
it's
it'll be
live
fun.
streaming on YouTube, because see, she won't be around because we'll have the kids by then, so she won't be around to watch it. But she wants to see it. She said, "No, go do it." And I was like, "You sure?" Because that's like fresh out of 1 week late, exactly 1 week later. I'm going to go out that night and do the show. She said, "Yeah, do it." I was like, "All right." I was hoping not to because I got to prepare it. I got to do all this stuff now.
Prep work time.
Prep work time. Well, I have it written out. Oh, it's right here. All the bullet points and everything written out here. And I wrote it from memory too.
Oh God.
Because I lost the original notes.
Oh no. Well, that doesn't surprise me. You moved.
The thing that sucks when I moved was bookmarks. I lost bookmark. I don't know if Teresa's still here. Probably not. I heard Teresa makes bookmarks.
No.
So if I could have an expanded universe bookmark, yeah, because I'm kind of pissed that I lost the bookmarks because of course I read. I use those bookmarks all the time. Secondly, I'm not going to buy a bookmark. Get out of here. I'm not going to buy one. And then the third thing is all those bookmarks, they're all Star Wars ones. That was a good memory because Walden Books, when they were around, we back when I used to work at the mall, we had something called the Rule of Trade. And what it was is we sold Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies was the Bitcoin of the mid 90s, mid to late 90s.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could trade Beanie Babies for food, vacations, entertainment, whatever you wanted. Okay. You could pay, you put a Beanie Baby in the tithing plate as it went through. And you're like, oh, wow.
Big spender here.
You could barter with beanies. Probably the last thing you could barter with. But we had the beanies. So we would trade beanies for hats at Lids, for books at Walden Books. He said, I gave him a beanie he really wanted. And I grabbed I grabbed all the Star Wars ones off the little rack to kind of decide which ones I wanted. He said, let me see all those. I went, oh, I'm just going to decide from these. And, okay. He put them all in the bag. He went, there you go. I was like, oh, all these.
I guess you really wanted it.
And that's how I got it. I traded one Beanie Bear. I remember what it was, the Shamrock or Princess Di. I can't remember bear.
Okay.
Someone traded to get another grade. Which was, oh yes, definitely. That's yes, awesome.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. He'll never take that.
But no, the thing is, so that it also comes with memories too. But yeah, we used to trade beanies for like everything, food, everything. By the way, Michael sent me an email today about Lando was getting no love. there's a ton of Landos. I can't remember what store you were in, but there's like a ton of just Lando action figures. And I was like, you know what? I said, leave it to New Canon to totally ostracize, Lando, making him a pathetic, guy in the new canon, or basically ignoring him for the first two movies, and the third movie kind of giving him a nod. Shame on the new canon for not using Lando properly. But at the same time, if they're hanging on the shelf and no one's paying attention to them, is that racist? But anyway, so I don't know. But the thing is, though, I laughed at that. One thing I don't see on shelves, those EU figures. Once they come out, the Revan, the Jaina Solo, never saw a single one of those.
Fast. I didn't know this. I watched Son of Luke's news update for this month, and apparently there was a re-release of the Revan as a 50th anniversary Lucasfilm figure. And I was like, what? They did what? This was back in December, apparently? I missed it entirely.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we also got some EU with the little golden books of was the Hunt for Faithful Wookiee, the little children's book that was an adaptation of that cartoon from the holiday special.
Oh really?
Oh, did that come out?
Yeah, that was back in January.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. I know you talk about golden books. I don't know how much they go for now, but Meltdown on Hoth and Beggar's Canyon, or whatever it was, the two little golden books they made, had exclusive EU short stories in there. The comment that C-3PO said that he told R2-D2 to turn up the heat in the princess's cabin because it's way too cold. Well, right. He does, and the whole place starts to melt because of it. So they have to solve that issue during Empire Strikes Back.
That's awesome.
Then Beggar's Canyon, Adventure in Beggar's Canyon, is just basically a pre-Episode 4 Luke story. When he and Wendy, go out on a Skyhopper adventure and get in trouble, and Obi-Wan helps him out. That's how he knows who Obi-Wan is.
Ah, interesting.
So yeah, are they in? I'll ask these two guys.
Hesitantly so, because I'm not confident with what they'll change. Until we know more, I can't say yes, but I want to be. I'll put it that way.
I never liked the KOTOR series.
Yeah, Dylan's boring and has no taste in video games.
Wow, Dylan, a bold statement to make there, buddy.
No, that's fair. A lot of people didn't like KOTOR.
I might not like KOTOR, right? But at least I'm not hate playing the games every Saturday.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh, ow. Should we go? I feel like we should go. It's kind of getting there. So I heard that Twin Sons is looking for a new vice president. Hey, speaking of hate, there it is.
I speak and he shows.
That he did a Red Tails watch along, which was freaking hilarious. Another thing I watched today was that while cleaning, what was I doing? I was with the girls and everything. I was listening to it. Really funny stuff. Yeah. So there you go. So again, I think I'll wrap it up here because it's getting late. But hey, guys, it's February 27th coming out. Remember the 2 for 2, the 2 for 2fers starting in 2 weeks, almost. Well, week and a half now. Getting close. I am getting close to fulfilling my promise on that. I'm going to have a lot of videos to do once the kitties are born, but I'm getting close to filling up those last few. I'm about a week and a half away from it, so it's at 20 videos away from fulfilling that commitment. And I don't know how much I can get read in 1 week. Obviously, I can't read 20 things in 1 week, but as many as I can, because I am kind of scared of where my time is going to go now. So, but
as well, you ought to be, I think.
At least I get to do this. And if I don't get invited to a Super Bowl buffet, I'll be back tomorrow night. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful morning. I don't know. I guess I got to say that now. I'm going to go slip back into a tuxedo and go to bed. So